What's up? What's up? Welcome to the live stream, everybody's favorite sour hour. We're having a little technical difficulties with our boy WEIRDFLEX on the other end right now. I think he's trying to figure it out. What's up, Haley? Just waiting on WEIRDFLEX to see if he can get in or not. I don't know what's going on. He says that every time he tries to click on it, it's not working. Request. I sent you another request.
All right.
There we go.
There it is. Ow, ow. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. All right.
Hey. Hey, what it do? Ooh, I like that background, baby boo.
Thanks, bro. My phone's kind of far away, so I'm trying to hear you as best as possible.
So he likes to sit
up. Thanks for having me on, dude. I'm excited.
Anytime, bro. Anytime.
It's good to see you again, dude.
Yeah, it's really great to see you as well. All right, so pretty much what the live stream is, man, is we do a little 3 questions, and then we'll get into a little questions from the comments.
Cool.
Then,
I'll just stand awkwardly close so I can hear you.
What's up?
Go for it. I said I'm going to stand awkwardly close to my phone so I can hear you, because back there I can barely hear you.
Yeah. So pretty much what we're doing is we're going to be sitting down for an hour just talking music, knowledge. And every 3 questions, we'll answer some questions from the comments. And then after that, after the hour's up, we'll see each other soon. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. So how I like to start this all out, man, is get a little background knowledge on yourself. I want to know where it all started for you and where you're originally from. Let's start out with that.
For all my life, basically, shut up. No, I'm from Miami, Florida, and I've been doing music since I was like 3 or 4 years old. I've been playing piano for, since I was about 4. Big into jazz, big into stuff like that. And that's basically, music's been my passion. Music and theater have been my passion since I could remember. I play multiple instruments. It's kind of something that I grew up and loved and has carried me through every aspect of what I do per day,
Yeah. And you said you said you do theater. Are you still doing anything on with that or?
Not really. I just kind of put all my eggs into the music basket,
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, it's better just to concentrate on one for sure. And with that being said, you said you've started music ever since a young lad. It's been involved in your life for almost all of it. When did you really start finding a love for house music and the music that you really like playing?
Well, my sister was the first person who showed me EDM, and she handed me a deadmau5 CD. And so I kind of listened to him, and everybody knows deadmau5 and his accolades and legend that he is. But I never really got into it then. That was about when I was probably middle high school. And then once I came out here, I was literally just bored because I came from Miami all the way out here, and Phoenix wasn't the same as it was 5 years ago.
No, you're right.
It's expanded a hell of a lot more than what it was. And so I was just kind of bored, and I started going a little more raves out here. I raved a lot back home, but I went to a lot of dubstep and bass heavy stage, headbangers and stuff like that. And then I just kept going by the house stages, and the more of my friend group grew, I just started going to Shady Park and going to shows there, and just kind of I guess forced its way into my bloodstream, I guess.
Oh yeah. And slowly you started going to the dark side.
I thought that was techno. I thought techno was the dark side.
Yeah. I was making a dumb reference. Hey, but
cheers, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Cheers, mate. I'm actually taking a little hiatus from drinking right now, just because just trying to do better.
Good on you. A little bit. I need to do that.
But you're more than welcome to drink. It's welcome here. I'll be smoking some weed. But
that's it right there. There you go.
We got a good little background on you. Anybody in our comments, if you want to know more about WEIRDFLEX, you know where to hit him up. You have his @ Let's slip into the first lime time. Let's get the friends in the comments. Let's get them blasting blasting all those questions into the box.
Yeah, I feel that. Actually, I'm going to
used to answer questions from the comments, but it's harder to scroll and read them. So let's just blast those questions in the box, please. Other than that, I'm taking a sip of water, and I'll be loading a bowl. And let's get those questions up.
Cool, let's do it. Just going to switch this camera here so I don't look for.
All righty. Anything you want to know about WEIRDFLEX or myself, go ahead and put it in that question box down there. And if and you know what, just to start it off, man, you intend on making like any other styles of music as you know get this career going?
Yeah, so it's I plan to move to LA the next few months with a couple buddies of mine that already moved out there, and so they're actually producers. Shout out to Scrubs. Shout out to my other boy Scott. They're living out there right now, so I'm just kind of taking it easy, working on my DJing, listening to as many different styles of house and just genres of music in general, and kind of building a platform and a base for what I want to go off of when I do decide to finally start trying to traverse the jungle that is Ableton.
Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah, I totally understand. That's really dope that you're making that that transition though. Mm-hmm. Getting out of Arizona, man. It's been a dream of mine for a little bit. My next jump, I'll be in Phoenix next year though, and then after that, I'll probably be in Cali. But Cobra Shell here wants to know: can you explain your Eric Prydz experience again at Escape?
Hi Shelby, I love you. Yeah, so I was working a music festival and I was supposed to go see Deadmau5, and I just heard the whisperings of Eric Prydz, and so I've never seen him live before. And I went over and I was just by myself because I was coming off working, so I was just by myself.
Yeah.
And so I went in here and I'd seen it on YouTube and stuff like that, but just you can't really put it into words what Eric Prydz does. And I was let's just say inebriated. We'll put it that way.
Uh-huh.
And I was in the middle of the crowd, and I literally, when they finished his last song, I just sat on the floor and started to cry.
Yeah, dude.
And I look over. I look at the side of the floor, and there's a little fan, and on the fan just says "blessed" on it. And I'm like, what is happening? And I run back, and I just keep for an hour. My friends could not stand me because I just kept repeating my mind was blown. I was just a corpse of a human being. I don't want to be alive anymore. I've transcended into the Prydz verse.
You said that you got off of work and were you working at the festival?
Yeah, we were doing food vending at the festival.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we worked.
What kind of food were you vending, man?
We were doing pizza, I think chicken and waffles, and
nice.
Chicken and tenders and stuff like that.
Dude, they have this ramen stand that goes to those festivals that actually hits pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie, but
really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really fun experience. I can't wait for festivals. Well, I guess everybody can't wait for festivals to come back. But
dude, yeah,
I want to work festivals again, man.
For sure. And yeah, I mean, I can't either. And that being said, what's your best experience at a festival? I mean, other than that Prydz verse.
Best experience at a festival. Honestly, my best experience at a festival is the random ass moments where you just run into dope people. You lose your squad and.
Yeah.
I was at EDC. I lost my hat in the crowd, and some dude in the middle of the crowd found it during BTSM. And I was like, dude, that's my hat. In the middle of the song, he's like, I got you, dude. And they surf crowded him all the way over to me to give him my hat. And it's like,
yeah,
it's those moments. What's up, Audio? It's good to see you, buddy.
But yeah, Jeff, just to let you know, we're in a Lime time right now. If you want to know anything about myself or WEIRDFLEX here, go for it. And you too, hey bud, I don't know who you are, but hey bud.
Hey bud, what's going on, dude? Hey bud.
That's a sweet name, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I'll give you guys another minute, and then I'll get back into the questions that I have for Mickey here. But we all want to push for the festival life again. All I want to say though is let's try to be safe as much as we can right now to get back to that point. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
I'm not seeing any questions in the box right now, so I'm just gonna stop back into what I got for you.
Gotcha.
Let's dive into your involvement with House of Sin and how did that started and where's that really like taking you?
Yeah, me and Matt, one of my closest buddies in the world, met him actually working at Best Buy. He was my assistant general manager, and I was going through some rough times, and he let me move into his place, and then we were. He has a deep love for music like I do, and he's very good at listening to stuff and recognizing where it's from. He's intrigued by it, so it was a good match between the two of us. Someone who plays music and knows theory, and then someone who knows business and still has that passion for music and stuff like that. So we were just chilling during quarantine, like everybody does, and we're like, dude, this is fucked, man. This sucks. And we're like, well, I just learned how to DJ at that point, and I was like, so we're just sitting there practicing every day. We're like, why don't we just blast ourselves and put ourselves on Twitch or something, or YouTube or Instagram. I started off as Instagram, and so we started doing that, and our friends started hitting me up. Oh, this looks pretty cool. This is pretty dope. And we're like, well, why don't you come, one at a time, safely with the mat. Why don't you come over, dude, and we'll fucking do that. And so we just started slow there, and it just kind of grew because we had no jobs. Taking our minds away from it. It just the ball rolled really fast, and we found we were not the only musical people that wanted to do shit like that, and it grew from that and just DJs to doing live streams with artists and chefs and dancers and poets, and it was a crazy 4 months of that, just every day wake up, eat, breathe, sleep this, to the point where we were no longer asking people to. It was weird being on the opposite side of trying to book people when I'm over here like I just want to play in my house, So it's a really cool experience, and then they're still doing an incredible job doing all that. I've taken a hiatus from it, just trying to build myself and do stuff like that. But Matt and Joe are still doing that incredible.
So you're technically really not involved with that anymore,
right? Yeah. So it's. But I'm still rooting for them, and they're just still doing
no bad blood.
And props to that. Props 100%. It's killer that they're still doing it.
I mean, it's always good to end things with no bad blood too, man.
100%.
For sure. No. I respect. For instance, I worked with Project Atlas for 2-3 years, and then we all decided to take a hiatus. You know what I mean? So. It's almost like the same thing. We all went our own ways respectfully, and there was no bad blood. With that being said, with you guys, you pretty much dived into another question that I had for you was, breaking through on the streaming and really describing your experience with it. But let's talk about what kind of tips can, being someone who's really almost perfected it at this point, what kind of tips can you give to people who are just starting out with it? And, with that being said, from equipment to anywhere to strategy, you know what I mean?
So with equipment, everybody thinks you have to have all this expensive stuff, and two, don't get me wrong, you do need to invest to create, a return. But a lot with me and Matt, we just bought a bunch of $20 cameras from online, set it up, and then just went and learned. And when it comes to it, it's you want to do something, just put the drive into it and keep doing it and really be passionate about what you want to do. And whether it's not music, maybe it's writing, maybe it's dancing or whatever.
Yeah.
You just got to be passionate and drive yourself and just keep focused and surround yourself with people who are like-minded and want to do those same kinds of things as you do. Because at the end of the day, then what's it for?
Yeah. I definitely agree, man. I mean, I do this straight up off my phone, so that's why.
The phones nowadays are better than a lot of cameras out there, anyways.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
just buy a bunch of iPhones. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying, man. I really agree with that. If you just put your mind to it and stay committed and stay persistent, I think anything can really happen. Staying on topic here with the live streams. You played for Melrose House. What was it like working with Alaska and Frank?
Oh, man, I can't even say enough fantastic things about those two, man, dude. Yeah. They're on another level. Frank's been around. He's the granddad of all of us here in Arizona, and Alaska's just the warmest human being I've ever been around. I love working with them, and their live streams are fun. They got the green screen hands and the suits and the animals. And shout out to Exploding Pineapples, who does their VJ stuff. He's done a couple of stuff for me with House of Sin. He actually made my logo for me, so shout out to him.
Oh, hell yeah.
He just did it for free. I was like, I'll pay you. He's like, no, dude, you're cool. I was like, what the hell?
That's tight,
What's the catch, dude? I gotta touch your penis later or something? I don't know, dude.
I'll take the ground back, bro, real quick. Bro.
Wait a minute. This seems way too good to be true. Yeah, no, I love working with Frank. He's been someone who's taught me a lot. We've sat down and had conversations, especially when I was trying to get into, playing like the shitty parks on the Casa or Sunbar stuff, He told me how to approach that, what style of music to play. You just can't really just bang out any house you want all the time. There's a certain crowd, things you got to do, certain way of style you have to play. There's also a certain way of etiquette that you approach the conversations like that.
Yes,
so yeah, no, Frank has taught me amazing. Alaska's just always been a yes man for me in the sense that he's like, yeah, dude, I'll get you a slot. I'll get you out here. I'll get your name in the books, dude. Yeah. Just keep working. And that's the important thing, that you got to show people that you just keep working and working and working. You're always playing, or you're always promoting, or you're showing up to your friends' gigs all the time, or you're shooting into their live streams all the time.
Hell yeah.
That's important. A lot of people don't think that, it's just a live stream, I'm not going to tune in, but one person keeps coming in, that's more than, now you have 10 people in the room, and it's a crowd, it's a party,
Yeah.
For your friends.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of goes like right back to like, tips and stuff of, starting out your own live stream. What kind of tips can you give with your promo? Like, kind of give details. Like, what are you doing? You promote, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So one thing I'll do when I promote is first of all, you have to put it on all your major social medias. But I'll even text my friends, and then I'll do a post about it probably once or twice a day the week of that event, just to keep it fresh. And I always say, don't be afraid of getting annoying, because now everyone has shit to do every day. They have jobs and stuff. So even though sometimes people forget, they want to come to your shit or want to tune into your stuff. So you just have to be aggressive with that. And also, when you play your show, if you have to be, your last show will promote your next show heavily, because the people who went to your last show are going to remember, oh, I had a lot of fun during this, or it sounded like two tin cans fighting the whole time. So you have to be presentable on stage. You have to be fun. You have to play you literally have to promote your next show by your last show, a lot of that, and show your personality. So when they see that name on that flyer, they're not thinking of just the DJ. They're thinking of, the person up there flailing like an octopus or something, like I usually do. For real. So that's important. Yeah, I think you should always be in that performance mode.
Yeah, be excessive and stand out like a sore thumb.
Absolutely.
And, ending the live stream talk here, we actually kind of dived into it a lot sooner than I thought, but out of all the live streams you've played, man, what has been your most memorable since all this COVID started, and what has been the most meaningful set to yourself?
Oof. That's a good one. I'm trying to because the House of Sin live stream, even though it kind of sounds douchey to say one of your own, but the reason it's so impactful is because that's when I started getting to learn how to be on screen and be good. And the first time I started planning out sets, and I started thinking about what I was going to play, how I was going to play it, what does our background look like, camera angles. So it was one of my first ones probably would be one of those. But outside of that would probably be, Melrose House. Is just so much fun to be there.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. Frank is just good conversation. They mess with you when you're up there on the stage. They're bringing up animal puppets and faces, and so I would say the most impactful would be when I helped create the House of Sin, and then my most fun would be definitely Melrose House.
Hell yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, everybody's valued to their own opinion, man. No one's gonna get offended. So that wraps that up, man. Let's slip right into another Lime Time. I see about 4 questions already in the box, so I'm gonna go ahead and start slapping those off for you.
Okay.
Yo Gert here wants to know, how does skill, stage presence, and head count mesh together to be a successful DJ? Also, real quick, before you answer that, I want to let everybody who just joined to know that how we do Lime Times, or this is the chance to get any questions that you have for myself or Weird Flex here out. And how you do it is you slap it down in that question box below. All right, go ahead, man.
So I think the question was, how does
skill, stage presence, and head count mesh together to be a successful DJ? That's a really good question,
Nate. What is that? How does skill, presence, head count make you be a successful DJ? Because for me, it's like your stage presence will bring people in, right? So that's a domino effect, and then your skill allows you to have stage presence, because if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, then you can't really be doing anything on stage.
Yeah, sir. I think it's just like a domino effect, like you said. I think one plus one equals 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I think it's just kind of you have to have a good base at first to be good at all 3 of those things. Those things just kind of fall in line as you practice and become more comfortable. I think just do more live streams, or even if you're not invited to a live stream, fucking do your own live stream. Fucking go live, and that'll do it. You know, that'll progress you in those aspects, because your stage presence will come with comfortability, and comfortability comes with practice and being skillful.
Yes.
Right. So that's kind of how those things mesh together.
Of course. He also wants to know, how has the music landscape changed in Phoenix from when you came here to now?
Oh, when I got here, I literally got here on the tarmac floor of a plane, and I was like, "Is a horse carriage gonna come get me from the airport right now?" I mean, it's just the house scene here is blown up immensely.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. House has like in a I think 2 years just went from here to just straight up.
Yeah, it's been a sharp rise.
For sure.
And I love every second of it.
And with that being said, have you played anywhere else than Arizona?
I mean, not like as a live stream. So I played like parties and I played a few parties in Cali, but not like that. No, and I've been mostly just in Arizona. Like I said, I've only been doing this for very little. So
yeah, for sure. I'm just curious, you know.
Yeah, no, it's been predominantly Arizona.
For sure. And he also wants to know here, what have you liked about Phoenix versus other major cities?
I like about Phoenix. The girls, that's funny. I don't know. I come from Miami, so it's pretty
pretty dry.
No, I love the energy that people give off here. Everyone here is pretty. You get really good people out here, man. Like the cliques that I used to, be around in Florida and stuff like that. They get very, except for Scottsdale. No offense to anyone from Scottsdale, but my Tempe people, but no, I love the people out here, man. The grave groups that I've met, the music groups that I've met, the people that I've worked with, they've been the reason that I love Arizona.
Oh yeah. And they also want to know down here. X Noop wants to know, how do you get booked at large festivals?
You got to play.
That's a good
small shows. Play the small shows. Do the work. Show up. Support. Promote. A network. I mean, to be honest, to be fair to that question, I'll let you know when I get booked to a big festival. But from the friends that I've seen, look at Elware. You look at a lot of these local artists that are doing really, really well. I remember them playing opener slots at Shitty Park, for a long time, and just working and going back to the studio and making music and playing the house parties even sometimes. To get the right house party can elevate you, as unfortunate as that sounds sometimes to some people. But you just got to play, put yourself out there and just keep playing. And the more you put yourself in someone's mind, the more they're going to remember you. And it just takes that one promoter to go like, hey, man, you want this slot? I saw you play at this random bar. I saw you play at my friend's house. And that's why just be personable to everybody. Just be open and willing to network and sell yourself, because you're a product. As bad as that kind of sounds, you're a product when it comes to working festivals. It's the difference between choosing Pepsi or Coke. You got to sell yourself.
Sure. Yeah, you're
so
right.
When it gets booked at right, you got to really get booked at a festival. Put in the work. Play the small shows. Don't have an ego. Don't have an ego.
Don't have an ego. Yeah, do not be the big fish in the little pond, for sure. And that kind of leads us right into the questions that I have for you, because I think we are out of questions in here. Yeah, I don't see any more.
Pepsi is the obvious answer here.
Let's talk about like the connections you've been making in such a short time and the importance of connections. You kind of just talked about it right there, but let's really dig deep with it, you know?
Yeah. So, I've just been very lucky that like the way that I operate, I'm very personable. I like to talk to people. When I moved here, my first job was as a bar back. So I just kind of started on Mill and started to meet people on Mill. And so I just started getting to know all the people, the bartenders, the DJs. Shout out to AJ Slim. For anybody who knows AJ Slim, he's one of the biggest DJs out here when it comes to clubs and stuff like that. He's incredible DJ. He kind of was the first person that I became friends with. And then from him, I moved on to T3. You know, Jeff Thurston, my mentor who taught me how to DJ. And basically, I kind of just was showing up to Casa by the time I started learning how to DJ, not even to go out and drink, it was just to go and be next to Jeff and to be around the people he was around.
For sure.
And so working through Casa and stuff like that on Mill, I got to know all the Shady Park people. Then I worked at Shady Park because I was like, okay, this is where I want to play. This is where I want to be. I'm going to get a job here and know all the people here.
Yeah.
Try to infiltrate
the system.
Right. And so like, yeah. And so, you know, I met those kind of people, and it's just, like I said, it's making yourself open and personable, and then showing the want and the drive to do it, because you can still have the connections, but if you're just looking for an open door, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, there is that 1% that it'll happen for you, but I'm not going to roll my dice on that.
Exactly. No, so, and nobody really wants to.
Right. Exactly.
And I think when we first met, I think I actually met you at Casa.
Yeah.
And, with that being said, getting your foot in the door, like with working at Shady Park and all that stuff, how has that really like helped you? Let's say with your fan base, you know, with the connections you made just with people who watch you and pay attention to the music the music you play. I'm sorry. And with that being said, what I mean is, what kind of impact do you think you have on your fans enough to bring it over to the live streams? And what kind of advice?
I gotta say,
advice can you give to people, you know, that want to do the same thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna thank you there. It's kind of like a gas up right now. You said fans, and I'm like over here like.
No, everybody has fans. Everybody, you know, everybody attends for somebody.
No, I will say that I think that for the people that like are following me and are like in here this chat today, thank you so much for being here and like listening to me and him talk. You know, I would say like with that, I think a lot of it is the way that I play my sets and stuff like that. I try to make it fun. I try to make it interactive with the crowd and with the people around me. I like to play, you know, sometimes really silly mashups or like early 2000s mixed over, you know, tech house and stuff like that, where they can sing along to. Big thing for me when I play is I like to be mobile behind the decks. I like to be moving and like dancing. So a lot of times I'll see a lot of house DJs, they'll just be going and just doing the house bop, you know? And I'm like, okay, that's cool, or we can dance. Like a lot of times the most fun I have is that I see like a DJ just fucking getting into his shit and dancing and being around about it. And the one thing I have is like I don't ever want to have an ego about what I do. Like when I play a show, I'm not like, I like to be just friendly and open and want to talk and see my friends and be thankful that I even have friends that are there to support me.
Exactly. And I think are we good? Okay.
Yeah, you're frozen on my screen.
I think you're frozen on mine too. Okay, we're good? We're good?
There we go.
Cool. And with that being said, I kind of like mumbled and fumbled that question. Pretty much is, how is being nice to the friends and the fans that come and watch you really benefited you? What one experience have you had that itself has really turned around and done good for you?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, you know, it has introduced me to other people. My friends would be like, "Oh, dude, every time
like connections." You know what I mean?
Right. Every time I see you, you're super nice to me, and then I meet someone, and they're like, "This is my friend, this and this," and they're a DJ.
Yeah.
Or they have a live stream.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, I like with Frank Terry is I didn't know Frank Terry for a long time, but I was always around those people, and I forget who introduced me, but he had been like, "Oh, I know who you are." And he's like, "Yeah, I've seen you before, and the people talk really highly of you." And I was like, What?" And like, it goes very far just to be kind to people and to be grateful, because I know that I could make the best music in the world, but if no one listens to it, is it really good?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
if you're a dick all the time, I really don't have any interest in
talking
listening and talking or supporting you. The support goes both ways. That's what the good thing about this community is. You know, a lot of like I try to go to as many of my friends' shows as possible, and my friends try to come to as many shows as possible, and just becomes this community and helpful. And then you start to create things. You start to come together and make live streams. You start to come together and produce together, and then all of a sudden you have a label or a few tracks, and you get hit by a label. Now you're fucking exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of appreciation needs to be upheld at all times for me. Appreciation, because they didn't have to come to your show, so the least you could do is be supportive and loving.
Yeah, and being loving and all that stuff. Is that really how you're showing the appreciation, or what's one way you've really gone out to really show that appreciation?
Right. 100%.
Yeah. But with that being said, I think we kind of covered a lot about connections. Connections is something I like to talk about because in this day and age, you can get big just by the click of your finger. Just through what we're on right here. Anything on social media makes it where these prolonged things that used to take people years to do are happening overnight now. So the importance of connections is very important nowadays. It's all about who you know. It's not about really what you're doing, unless you're truly talented, honestly. And I will really say that, you know what I mean? I've noticed there's a lot of people getting it and they're not actually committed and passionate about the music. So hearing it from someone who like really understands that and really sees it from that perspective is actually really, really nice to hear. With that being said, I think we're going to just wrap it right into another Lime Time. Everybody who's watching, let's slap some more questions in the box. What do you want to know about me or Mickey here? Actually, before we do get into that Lime Time, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask a question. Let's talk about playing at Sunbar, and let's talk about what kind of connections, what kind of connections led you to playing there? You know what I mean?
It's funny because he's actually right here in the room with me.
Really?
Yeah, I got to give that a huge shout out to Nathan Reeser. Everybody knows him, kind of likes him. He's been a legend out here on Mill for a while. Everybody knows him from Casa. He's a VJ, also DJ'd, and he runs the thing over there at the place.
At the thing over there at the place, yeah. Sorry, I was getting cotton out there for a second.
He's seen me start when I started DJing, and then I went to him for a lot of things. I came over to his house and practiced on his CDJs, and he would teach me a lot of stuff. He's very knowledgeable. This guy's been doing it for a while. He's one of the best at it out here.
Yeah.
So I just walked up to him and I said, "Hey, can I play Sunbar?" And he told me, he said, "Get better music." That's what he told me. He said, "Get better music." I said, "All right, cool." He said,
hey.
So I picked up some music, came back, I played. He said, "Get better music, man."
Oh yeah. Okay.
He really taught me and tested me and told me, and like I said, that mentorship, that don't have an ego. Know that you got to learn. You got to be kicked down and get up. I just kept asking him, and then I didn't hear anything for a few weeks, and then I just got a text message. "Hey, you want to play opening a Sunbar?" And I said, "The fuck I do. Hell yeah."
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
That's what I asked you in the beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
How the tables have,
And let's talk about the experience being back, man. How's it? We all know how it's different. Sitting at tables, social distance, all that stuff. But what's it like just being in front of people again? Being able to play music.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. It's funny because when I played, the first shows I ever played were at Trump, and they were opening slow, so it wasn't let's call it crowd heavy. And now quarantine, I was never really used to playing in front of a bunch of people, and I've had my biggest crowds at Sunbar. Distance, so it's like a weird dichotomy of that. It's awesome, just like seeing people like, yeah, man, this is fucking good. For sure. And the first time, you hit that play button, you're like, please God, somebody move their head to this music, because I'm gonna kill myself if nobody moves. It's a terrifying pit feeling, but once you get into it, it's been a blessing for sure.
Yeah, and how do you think really committing to the live streams and really perfecting it has really helped with your crowd going into your live performances?
Just because I guess you kind of have to overperform with live stream because it's through.
And that being said, like, what kind of how do you think your crowd has transferred over? You know what I mean? Have you seen new faces? Do you think that live streaming really helped you with your crowd?
Right. Yeah. I mean, definitely live streaming is the only reason my name ever got out.
Yeah.
At all. And I mean, not at all, but 90% I would say. So that work that I put in the live stream is because, like I said, I kept putting my name on the internet and putting my name on people's Facebook pages and Instagram stories and all of that. So when my name was on a flyer, it was just one-to-one. Oh, hey, I know that.
Yeah, yeah.
So my crowd that had my close friends and my stuff like that already knew that I was playing, but the people that are kind of here and there, maybe seen me once or twice, I had people come up to me, "Oh, you're the guy from the live stream," and I'm like,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I had that happen to me at some bar. I was like, "Dude, you're the guy from the live stream."
Yeah,
like,
that's really tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that pretty much wraps that up. Let's get back into that lime time I tried starting a little bit ago. We got 3 questions in the box already. Whoever just joined the lime times, we answer questions from the comments. Please slap your questions into the question box. Haley, my girlfriend here, wants to know, what's your favorite place to eat in Phoenix and why?
Favorite place to eat in Phoenix? I mean, Shady Park.
Shady Park all day.
Shady Park's my favorite place to eat.
That is fire.
Ramen, but I mean, when it comes to like, I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know a lot of places out here, to be honest.
Yeah. Your waitress, I don't know how to pronounce that. She wants to know, or he wants to know, can you teach me how to mix house music?
Yeah. I mean, what you got to do is, I mean, you can actually teach yourself how to mix house music. If you could get a small controller for like what, $300, $200. Go on YouTube, just play music. But I mean, yeah, if you want to set that up, I take $1,000 an hour, no refunds.
$1,000 an hour.
no refunds, and that, yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, we got a little bit more here. $1,000 an hour. That's pretty steep, man. How has EDM influenced your style of clothing? That's a good question.
Yeah, I almost got caught in the trap of like that. What's that DJ look? Black shirt, black jeans, black beanie, black glasses.
When everyone, I was doing that for a while too, bro.
No, I pretty much dress like a bum all the time. Like I'm wearing a cutoff shirt and a jacket. It didn't really affect the way that I dress. I will say it has changed. I guess the style of clothing that I wear. A lot of it looks more house.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. It's like tight fitting, like sleek looking kind of vibe.
A little more vibrant with it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think your style was looking like before it?
Like I needed a stimulus check really fast.
You needed a stimmy. You needed to get hit with that stimmy, bro. All right. We're getting to 7:45 here, so we got like 15, I think about 20 minutes left here. Let's talk about, are you producing any of your own music right now, or are you just really attacking the DJ?
Yeah, I'm just attacking the DJ stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm leaving to Chicago in May, and then when I come back and I go to LA, that's when I'll really get into the production of it. So yeah, just sticking on getting my basics. Learning new ways, because there's so many things you can do. I'll just listen to a bunch of artists and hear stuff. I'm like, wait, what? Do that again? And so do that.
For sure. And with that being said, when you do start producing, what DAW are you going to be using? Are you going to be on Ableton? Are you going to be using FL?
No, most likely Ableton, because that's what my friends use. And that's what I've kind of been getting my small lessons on. So it'll be Ableton for sure.
Hell yeah. And last but not least here. When is the next WEIRDFLEX set? Is it on a live stream? Is it going to be on at Sunbar, or where are we seeing it?
Well, so I was actually gonna hit an hour set after this.
Oh, shoot.
If
Okay.
you want to tune into that, you can tune into that.
Oh,
I'm going to play here right after this for an hour. And then my next set is going to be, I play at Cobra Bar in Phoenix. So if you want to come see me live there, I'm playing there. I play at Endgame Bar on Saturday. I run a music night there every Saturday from 9 to 1 a.m.
Yes, sir.
So you can catch us there. That's in Mesa. Cobra's in Phoenix. And then, maybe from time to time I'll be at Sun Bar, stuff like that. But I'll post that.
For sure.
I'll be playing a lot before I leave here. I'm trying to get as much in as possible.
Yeah, and do you know, like, when the official date you're leaving is?
I leave May 1st.
May 1st, you said. Okay, I think you said that earlier.
Yeah,
I was
May
just
1st.
how to get a refresher.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Other than that, man, what I really want to know is, you've been to a lot of venues here in Phoenix. I want to know what, in your opinion, is your favorite in Phoenix or Arizona, and what's your dream venue to be at, and why, or play at. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah. My favorite venue, pre-COVID, was definitely Shady Park. Every Sunday.
Okay, that's the best one in Phoenix. That's
Treehouse. That's the best one for me. I mean, also, but I mean, like you have like, what's the name in Phoenix? I'm blanking on it right now. Chad, help me out with it's the Monarch.
Yes, sir.
Rooftop is incredible. I played there once. Rooftop is a shit ton of fun. You asked that. To your question, I'll be playing Barsmith in March as well. So.
Oh yeah, dude, I'll be at Barsmith tomorrow night.
Okay, cool.
With Lance and Alex Saunders, my roommate.
Cool. I might have to come meet with you guys then.
Bro, you should definitely come through. It'd be nice to see you for sure.
So Shady Park's my favorite venue, just because of the people, the vibe, the food, the energy, all that stuff. And then after is where would I like to end up? I'd love to play like. I would love to play. Oh man, Jam and Jam. No, I would love to play like a Boiler Room. Would be sick. Or a Brownies and Lemonade, you know?
Yeah, that'd be super
Brownies and Lemonade would be ridiculous.
For sure. And like earlier you said your memorable set, your most memorable set was the one you played at Melrose House. I forgot to ask this question earlier, but I really want to know what kind of crate digging looks like for you. What are you using, and where are you finding your tracks, man?
So I mean, I'm using Beatport mostly. But the thing I'll do is like I'm like a lot of people have like, hey, always ask me what's your Spotify playlist or what's your SoundCloud. And like, I don't like really listen to songs one by one, to be honest. What I'll do is I'll go and listen to like a bunch of Jay Wara live sets, and then I'll just go through and pause it every like 10 minutes and Shazam. Because what I love is like big artists like that, when they're playing the shows, they'll use artists that nobody knows of. You know, like they'll use these underground artists, like Chris Lake will do that all the time. He'll just drop a random, here, take this little nugget, and you'll just like flip your mind, and then you'll move on. And so I'll stop it and Shazam it. So I crate dig through like people's sets. I'll like watch a live set or listen to it on SoundCloud, and then I'll just go on to YouTube and then I'll search, and then I'll find them on Beatport, and I'll download those tracks. Because I feel like when an artist is playing their live set, it's when they're playing their music that they really want to perform with. So I can take those tracks and then incorporate them into the stuff that I like. And obviously I'll go to Apple Music and listen to my artist and go through that. But for most of the part, I get a lot of my music that I like to play, honestly, from my friends. Because when I started out, I didn't know what a Beatport was.
Yeah, they were just plugging in. Yeah.
Is that where you plug in your drum? I don't know what a Beatport is.
Yeah.
So I have a Beatport. Yeah. I didn't know anything about that. So a lot of my friends gave me music. So that's kind of where I started. And then obviously that's your style. So you got to kind of find what you like in there and create your own persona, your own ear, and your own voice in doing that. So yeah, that's kind of where I get my music from.
That's tight. Yeah, I like to ask that question with almost anybody. It's a question that's traveled throughout my stream a lot. Beatport is the biggest answer. I've heard a lot of things though. Spotify, everything, you know what I mean? Other than that, man, let's hop into another Lime Time, last one of the night. So everybody in the comments slap those questions in the question box. Let's get them going. What I want to know, man, is Is this Lime Time question has traveled through everywhere. Zach really wanted me to ask you it tonight. He really wants to know, Zach being Za, by the way, shout out Za. He's not in right now, but
hey, what's up, Za?
Ask you the specific question. He wants to know how many chickens would it take to kill an elephant, and I want to. And there's two questions to this question.
Okay.
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant, and how many cockfighting roosters would it take to kill an elephant?
Chickens. Are they elephant-sized chickens or are they regular chickens?
No, they're regular chickens.
Damn, I would say about 2,000.
2,000.
I think 2,000 to kill an elephant. Right?
2,000 is pretty high. I don't think it's gonna take that much, but I think you have the highest. I think you have the highest number yet.
Yeah, I think that's a lot. You got to think an elephant has tough skin, man.
I think I'm thinking like 500 regular chickens.
Oh, 500. I don't know. It's like one stomp takes out like 10 chickens.
That is true. That is true. But those chickens are fast, bro. Like, are they really gonna be?
Just gotta sit down.
All right. How many cockfighting roosters?
Cockfighting roosters. So those are the ones with talons, right? Like the blades.
Yeah, those are the ones that are trained to just maul. You know what I mean?
I would say probably half. So I'm gonna go with I said 2,000. It's 1,000.
1,000. 1,000.
Because they got weapons.
Jeez, bro, are you serious? I'm sending out 100. 50 at first. And if they need more, I'm sending another 50. It's cockfighting roosters, bro. Come on.
We got 5,000. Lance, what's up, Lance? Says 7.
Yeah, he said
better be on some roids, man.
Easily 3,000, 7 chickens. Jesus, yeah. One rooster to 2 elephants.
See, Sordid Adventure knows the chickens have no chance, man.
Bro,
doesn't matter.
The regular chickens might not have a chance, but I still think 2,000 is a little high. All right. Thomas Sordid Adventurer wants to know, how big is too big?
How big is too big? Well, you know, that's just, I guess that's all perspective. That's all perspective. What's your pain tolerance, I guess, right? How much Advil do you have? That's how big too big is, right? Spit on it.
I honestly don't know how to answer that question.
This went from music to a dark place.
I think you should ask yourself, is there too big?
There we go.
Scrubs wants to know, how'd you learn to dance, you smooth bastard?
Oh, it's a lonely childhood.
Lonely childhood.
Lonely childhood, and a lot of Michael Jackson, and probably shouldn't say Michael Jackson childhood in the same sentence, right? Yeah, no. As a kid, I just loved to do it. It was just something that came. My mom was a model, a singer. My sister was a dancer, and so we just kind of had that in the blood. My mom's Chinese Jamaican. My sister's, was Hispanic and Chinese. So it's like we had all this weird cultural blood thrown through us. So the beat was already embedded in us as children,
Yeah.
My dad was a bongo player at a salsa band, so we couldn't not dance. It wasn't gonna happen.
That's tight. I've been getting a lot of love on the Blink-182 shirt. Thank you guys.
It's sick.
Mad love. Thank you. That's actually tight. Really tight stuff. All right. Thank you guys. Wayfist wants to know, what does revenge mean to you?
Revenge. That's actually not a bad answer. Just new friends. Revenge, it's man, some of y'all are smoking some strong weed in the chat.
For real, bro.
Giving me some philosophical questions tonight. I'm just trying to play some music, and I'm getting
for real.
Sasuke, yeah, that's right, Scrub Sasuke. No, revenge means to me just I don't even like that word, to be honest with you. I try not to do it. I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna sit here like I said. I'm never trying to get revenge. But it's funny, actually, someone asked that because music has helped me get through a lot of stuff where it's been the answer instead of being spiteful or being revengeful. Yeah. That's why the music, what is so important to me, it's for the past 2 or 3 months, it has been an imperative to the decisions that I've made. through the hardships that I've been gone through. So when it comes to that, I would say the answer to revenge is music.
Hell yeah.
Or your crafts, or your crafts, writing.
My answer is just don't hold grudges. It ain't worth it. I agree with him, man. Revenge is just like, I don't know. It's like a waste of time, I guess. Unless it's something, I think there's boundaries to it, though. I mean,
right.
We could talk on the outside of this on the boundaries, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like just, for basic shit, just let it go. There's no point in holding grudges. No. As I scroll down here, Devin West wants to know favorite Pokemon gym leader.
Oh, what's up, Devin? How you doing, brother? Favorite Pokemon gym leader's got to be. Let's see. Brock can't see. Misty's weird. Lieutenant Surge. No, he wasn't that cool. What's that psychic one? The psychic chick. I don't remember her name.
I was more into Yu-Gi-Oh, not Pokemon.
I fuck with that too, man.
Yes.
Whoever
Brock,
the psychic girl
he's
was.
got game. Lance is saying Brock because he's got game. Devin West says Sabrina right
Sabrina, there it is. Yeah, that was a bad bitch.
That was a bad bitch. All right. We're gonna have to speed through these a little bit. Call Me Harper wants to know: will you ever put your beanie on the whole way?
Right in front of me, that piece of shit. No, Harper, I won't put my beanie on the whole way.
Yo, you should put it. You should take it off even more now that he said that.
I know, right? I'm gonna have like a tiny little bun on the top of my head.
Sworded Adventurer wants to know: how many apples could you eat with a gun pointed at you?
As many as it needs to be to live, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, as many as they're shoving down my fucking throat.
I'll fucking become Pornhub in this bitch and start swallowing apples, bro.
Holy shit. All right, Lance wants to know: CDJs or New Mark Party Mix? Go.
CDJs.
CDJs. All right, that ends this last Lime Time. I see no more questions. We sped through those grandly. A little promo for myself before we get out of here. Next week I got Echo Nova coming on. He's a well-known DJ out of Phoenix. If you guys know him, catch him on the Lime stream next week. Other than that, I'm dropping 5 freestyle rap songs in like the next 2 days, so stay tuned for that. And other than that, I want to give a huge thank you to WEIRDFLEX for joining us. It's been a wonderful time, a great laugh. Thank you again. I look forward to working with you in the near future. I'll be in your DMs about that for sure. Also, the other thing I do want to promote is right after this, Lance Fairchild will be going live at 8 p.m. Also, WEIRDFLEX will be going live at 8 p.m. So if you guys want to hop back and forth, I think I'm going to be going stage to stage myself.
Gotta go, man. I appreciate you for having me on here, brother. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of knowledge. A lot of good knowledge from you, dude. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Out in the chats for WEIRDFLEX, guys. You know what it is. You know what to do. And like I said, go ahead and watch his set right after this, and go ahead and watch Lance as well. And also, anybody in Phoenix, if you want to see us tomorrow, we will be at Barsmith. I believe from, 9 to about 2 a.m. So come and see us. I think I'll be seeing Scrubs and WEIRDFLEX there. So
I guess
come hang out.
9. On at 9, so you guys can watch me now and then hop over to Lance right after that.
Oh, hell yeah. Lance is on at 9? Okay, I got that wrong.
That's at 9. Thanks, Lance, for giving me that opening slap for you, Doc.
Hey, there we go. All right, but anyways, thank you again, WEIRDFLEX. Thanks everybody for joining. It's been fun. Lime out. Catch you guys later.
Let's do it.